so we're just gonna warm up with our name game skills. Also really working on getting her to be patient for cookies. So like if I'm going to treat her, that she's not reaching out and grabbing at my hand. Like I don't like that. It's like if I'm gonna give you a cookie, I want her to relax. I don't want her coming in and doing a little piranha thing with my hand. It's just nice manners. Alright, so again, we're going to work on our name game a little bit. Go find it. Indy! Yes! Good job. Okay, go find it. Indy! Yes! These are all good things on a rainy day to just do because they mentally stimulate the puppy. Go find it. Good girl. Alright, this time when she comes in, very nice. Down. So I did a go find it, I had her come in and just do it down. And now I'm gonna have her work on just hanging out down there until she hears her release cue. Okay, I'm gonna give her multiple treats as she's down here. Okay, but again, she can't get up until she hears the word, okay, good girl, okay. She says, I'm not getting up. I'll get cookies down here, come here. What are you, are you air snapping? Hoping, what's up with that? What's up with that? Alright, here we go. We're gonna go find it. She doesn't release herself, it's no big deal. Okay, she kind of knows the drill. It's like, oh, I get it, what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to come in here and just hang. Okay, now I'm gonna make it a little more difficult. So what I'm asking for right now, I'm not using the word stay, but stay is implied if I'm using a release cue. So if she hasn't heard her word okay, it means you're still doing what I've asked you to do, which is be in a down position, okay? So currently if I'm not moving, what we're working on is what we call duration. So there's basically 3 aspects of teaching your puppy to not move, to stay, theoretically, but again, we're not using that word yet. So the 3 things we work on are duration, which is length of time, okay? So I hadn't released her. I am gonna release her now because I'm chatting for a little bit. Okay, good job, come over here. Yes, yes, yes. So duration, length of time. Distance, how far am I from the dog, and then distraction, what's happening around the dog. So for right now, the 2 things I'm going to work on are duration, and I'm going to call it distance because it's the 3 Ds, but really what it means is movement. What is the dog going to decide to do when I start to move, okay? And I'm going to have to make sure that my rate of reinforcement, how much I treat that dog, how much I reward that dog, increases pretty significantly when I start to move because this becomes significantly harder, all right? So we'll see what this looks like. Usually we get a couple errors and we've got to figure out how to fix it. All right, down, yes. Okay, I also really like for the dog to kind of sit on a hip. She doesn't really like to, I think because she's so bony. She's so bony. Okay, so again, I'm just gonna work on duration for a second, which is you just not moving for a length of time. And now I'm just gonna stand up. When I stand up, again, this makes it harder. The dog's like, oh, you're moving? I'm gonna move. Oh. Okay, so now I'm moving. I come back in, reward her. I'm gonna move a little bit. Keep those treats behind your back. And okay, good job, very nice. Once I release the puppy, do not treat after that, okay? A lot of people will release the dog and then say, good job, and give them all these cookies. We want all the rewards to be happening while the dog is in that down stay position. Now, you may be asking, why isn't she saying stay? Because there are a lot of mistakes that happen when we're working on this initially. Stay is very hard. The dog gets up a lot. There's movement and I have to correct it and things like that. But, and when I say correct, I mean I just get the dog back in and down. There's no punishment involved. However, I don't want to give it a word. I don't want to actually name this behavior yet until it's a place where I really like. Because if I kept saying stay, 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 and every time the dog was practicing, they were getting up and moving around and doing something else, that becomes very, it's not very efficient down the road. What I want is a behavior that I really like where it's at, and then I'm going to give it a name, okay? Excuse me. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Goofy. Hi, let's try this again. Come here. Let's go. I got bored with my chat. Okay, ready? Take this off. I only have this on so she doesn't like wander off and do something else. Okay, ready? Down. Very nice. Okay. If I can, just drop the treats so that she's not, hopefully doesn't want to get up. If I can toss them right in there in between her feet, that's great. If I stand next to the dog, sometimes that makes it hard because they want to look up towards me. Good job. Okay, very nice. And again, no treats after she hears the word okay. So, and let's restart the game. You're funny. You're so funny. So the key to this is working in really small increments. I want to shoot for 100% success every time we're practicing this. If I make it too hard, if I start walking, 10 feet away, the dog's going to make a mistake. So I really want to practice in small increments, high levels of success, and then as the dog really gets better, then I can start adding more length of time, more distance between me and the dog, and higher levels of distraction, which would be like out and about, outside, other dogs around, things like that. So, so that's kind of our big one that we're working on this week. We continue with the hand targeting. Indy! Hey, touch. This one, remember? Touch. Yes. Do it again, over here. When your dog is ready. Indy, touch. 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 Yes. Touch. Yes. Touch. Good. Good job. Remember to use touch when Indy is nervous about something. If there's somebody new in your environment that is making her uncomfortable, one of the main things you need to do is you need to put distance between yourself and that thing or person, and then you need to give her something active to do so that she doesn't bark. We had a house guest this week. We've had several house guests this week. One in particular, I'm not sure what about it made her uncomfortable, but she really never kind of settled in with this dude, and she did a lot of barking. And so I would put her on a leash, and I'd really walk to the other end of the room. We'd work on hand targeting. But I want to talk about kind of what that looks like if that behavior continues. And it's usually not when you're out and about. It's usually when you're in your own zone, your own home area, and somebody new comes into that. What does that look like? I mean, that's partially her breed, right? But I think partially it's a stranger danger kind of thing, where she gets sort of a heightened anxiety, and that's not a behavior we want to have continue. So, at any rate, hope you guys had a great weekend. Hello, ma'am. This is where we snuggle on the couch, so she's like helping herself up here. So we will see you guys next week. Have a good one. Bye. What are you doing up here?